when I was entering high school, I went to a party before the school year started, a family friend party, not a crazy party. And it was chill. And one of my parents' friends came up to me and he congratulated me on entering high school. And he told me it would be, and I quote, the best 4 years of my life. I think about that quote quite often, and I think about that conversation quite often, because he told me that as he, really meant it. And I remember sitting there while everyone else was having fun, playing games, eating food. I remember sitting there for quite a while, and all these parents were like, why aren't you having fun? Why aren't you having fun? Because I was just told that these next 4 years would be the best 4 years of my life. Like, that's terrifying. That is terrifying. Now, I'm 21, far past the age of 13, scarily far past it, and I still think about that quote. I still think about that moment. At the time, I sat there for maybe an hour, like, really considering the fact that these may be the next best 4 years of my life. Like, what do I know? I'm only 13. This guy has lived a lot more years than I have, and he's had experiences and he's lived life, so he must know that these are supposed to be exciting, because then, according to him, then the real world kicks in and life hits you, and it's just no fun from there. And to a certain extent, I think he's right. Like, once you exit high school, life becomes a little more real, whether you go to college or whether you get a job, go to trade school, whatever it may be. Like, life becomes a little more real. But I think the aspect of him saying that it would be the best 4 years of my life, well, that was incorrect for me. And I believe that for some people, it may be the best 4 years of their life. And if so, I'm happy for you. I think high school for me wasn't it. But the idea that we can peak so young in our life, I think, is what is wrong in a way with society. Now, there's many things wrong with society, I think. But, I think about human behavior a lot. And I think about, I studied neuroscience in college. I just graduated recently. And I think about how society kind of conditions us and trains us in certain ways. In high school, we're kind of conditioned biologically to want to fit in. Like, that's evolutionarily what we want, to fit in. So in high school, it makes sense that we kind of like mold and shape shift our personalities to be like everyone else. It's almost like a survival tactic, when an organism is different, then they're more likely to stand out. If they're more likely to stand out, then a predator can find them. It's just evolution. And so when you take that to a high school setting, which is a terrifying setting, a dangerous setting, maybe not predator prey, but maybe close, and you take it to that setting, you realize that we are just acting kind of with our own biology in a way, but the system could be different, and also the way that it's set up kind of just feeds on it. So let me give you an example. In high school, there are popular kids. This is like in every coming of age movie, there's the popular kids, and everyone wants to be like the popular kids, like Mean Girls, like Regina is the popular it girl, and even though she's like a kind of a cruel, mean person, everyone wants to be known by her. And so I think like this idea that of everyone wanting to be like the popular kids creates a sense of uniformity. Like, everyone wants to be the same, everyone starts acting the same, and there's no uniqueness. Those who are unique are often casted out, and not part of that group. They're often made fun of, whatever it may be. And I think, based off the people I've talked to who have personally claimed that they peaked in high school, they were part of that popular crowd. And I think society rewards that. Like, society rewards us by being in the popular group because we get invited to more places and we get more opportunities. And I guess in a way that can be fun. That can be awesome. But the idea of it being the best 4 years of your life is something that like I really can't grapple with, because there's so much of life left to live after high school. Like, I remember sitting there and really thinking about the fact that, like, if I'm lucky, I get so many more years after that to experience the world and to live life. Like, I don't want these 4 years being around people that I really don't get to choose to be around. Like, my classes are assigned. Like, I don't get this. I don't get to choose this. How is that going to be the best 4 years of my life? And because I want to have autonomy and choice and do other things in my life that I have control over. And I hope those are the best years of my life and all the years to come. And I hope it's a slow growth rather than one pinnacle, couple years of my life. And so the idea that like society is kind of feeding us to be the same and then creating this peak early on in life is like, I think wrong. I don't know. This is just a thought I had recently. Like, I think it's wrong to make, you know, the younger years of your life the pinnacle of your life. I also kind of think about it, tangent a little bit. I think about it like as people get older, they often go to Botox and other cosmetic procedures, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. I think everyone is free to do whatever they want to do with their body and like with their face. But I think in a certain way we're kind of like saying that wrinkles and getting older is a bad thing, and I think that's again something that society perpetuates. Like, how is that a bad thing? Like, you're getting older, you're getting wiser, you get to like carry your smile lines. Like, how is that a bad thing? Again, I'm only 20, so I don't know if I have much validity on that point yet. Maybe when like I'm 50 or 60 I will, if I'm lucky enough. But like, yeah, I don't know. I think society perpetuates us to be the same, and I think that's wrong. And I think it's inherently what creates hitting your prime in high school. I also think it's what perpetuates us all to live the same kind of checklist lives and not do anything unique, because we're scared to do things unique, because we're scared of what people think of us. Who are the people that we're scared of? The people that like are all the same. Like, you know what I mean? Am I getting somewhere with this? Or am I just rambling about nothing? I don't know. It's just something I was thinking about. So, hope you enjoyed. I don't know if I really like gave any informative content here, but it's just my thought process and my inner workings. But yeah, I'll see you next time.